That dress could be Ollie's jacket for a podcast.
But Ollie actually liked his jacket.
I know, but Nelson liked that dress for him to buy it.
No. Kaylee liked it. She bought it for herself.
Oh, did she really?
She was like, if I want to spend money on a dress, send me a dress that I want to wear.
Oh my god.
So that's what happened.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. What are you looking at me like that for?
In the arms of an angel.
Did you really just do that? Did you start it without actually talking to me about it first? Before starting a podcast?
I do this every time.
You do this every time?
Every time. This is nothing new. I always start it and get a minute of banter. Not a minute, but figuratively, not literally.
So, who are you more angry with now, me or him?
You.
I don't know. I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Phenomenal Wrestling Podcast.
You good?
Just start the show.
Just start the show.
I am Zell. We have Sinister here. We have Mr. Arcadia, and we are at...
Mrs. Arcadia.
That's Mr. Arcadia.
That's Mrs. Arcadia from
Mrs.
now on.
Arcadia is at home.
That's Mrs. Arcadia from now on.
Whatever you want to say. Mr. Arcadia. And we have our go-home weeks for Hell in a Cell, which, I feel like Hell in a Cell wasn't built all that great this week.
It hasn't been built this entire time.
They've done some building, but this week it was like the worst of the building.
Yeah, they've done a shitty job for this pay-per-view. No surprise. What is wrong with you? Anything? Nothing?
He'll talk when it's NXT.
No, he might not.
He'll talk.
He might be broken.
He's fine. Been there, done that. The feeling comes back.
No, this is completely different. Completely different from what you had to go through.
I'm not saying on this podcast I've been there, done that, but I've been there, done that.
You wore a dress?
No, I felt
right
what
then.
he's feeling. I know that face. That's a rage face. I feel that face.
He doesn't understand. I know he doesn't understand. I don't even understand what the fuck you're going through right now. I love you, buddy.
You clearly don't.
Well, how do I not? No one told them to predict so wildly.
Yeah, but if you loved him, you wouldn't antagonize him.
Oh, of course I would.
That's not love.
Yes, it is. That's how I show my love.
Yeah, it's not good love.
Who cares what you think? Respect your champ. I know he's never taking the title. I hope it's you. Because I want to see what you have in store for everybody. But then again, you would have to predict like a normal human being for that to happen. That'll never happen. So the reign of Sinister shall continue. That being said,
Oh, you're finally done?
I am officially the longest reigning predictions champion. And I'm going to retain on Sunday. Monday Night Raw
About
kicks
goddamn
off
time.
with Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre, and Dolph Ziggler. I heard rustling behind me, and I didn't like that.
If you're so paranoid, then don't turn your back to him.
They were out in the ring again, just talking crap about what happened last week, and just talking bad about the Shield. Really? Really? What's in your hand? I don't trust these fucks. Well, are you done, sir?
I mean, if I really want to, I could just...
You are so ignorant.
I said if I wanted to. I'm trying to be as quiet as possible.
You couldn't have waited for those?
No, I kind of wanted something.
How long were they there?
A few days. Since before Colossal, actually.
And you choose to open it and eat it now?
Yeah, they were staring me in the face. They were in a bag this whole time, so I didn't see them.
Oh my god. Well, they're in the ring talking crap about the Shield and about them being decimated. Braun goes on to say that he has his Hounds of Justice, but he himself now has a pack. I don't fucking trust you.
If you don't trust him, then don't turn your back to him.
I hear the rustling behind me.
Don't turn your back. Kind of rule one of not being trusting.
Fucking coward.
You're the one who's paranoid.
I have good reason.
If he's a coward, why are you paranoid?
Can I help you?
My laptop is here. Can you wait?
Do what? What, are you gonna hit me with your belt?
Can you wait till my laptop's gone? Please.
You don't want this.
You can hit him with it after.
You do not want this war now. Hit me with that belt. And you'll regret it.
Hit him after my computer's gone. This is a danger zone. This costs money.
Do it.
Look at
Who's
how
the
he
coward?
flinched.
You would have dropped it if you weren't a coward. Anywho, the Shield ends up coming out with axe handles in their hand. The locker room comes out. They start smacking everybody in the locker room. But eventually, during all that, Braun, Drew, and Dolph go to the top of the ramp. Motherfucker.
Turned off a light.
Leads to a backstage segment with Baron Corbin there with a bunch of police again. They're holding the axe handles, and he tells them if they want to get arrested and spend a long, long time in jail, or they can leave the building. And then he threatens to take away their titles and send them to jail for a very, very long time if they don't listen to the police. I'm seeing a lot of like them repeating shit because I think they've run out of content.
Welcome to Raw.
It's aggravating at the very best. Well, next thing you know, you got Breezy in a match. Well, supposed to be in a match versus Kevin Owens, apparently.
My poor boy Breezy.
Well, that never happens because Kevin Owens beats the living hell out of Breezy and destroys this poor, poor man. The next match was actually Nikki Bella versus Ruby Riott, with Nikki Bella defeating Ruby, which was a pretty decent match. Brie Bella was at Nikki's side. Liv tried to get involved. Brie grabbed Liv so she couldn't. And then, what are they calling her finisher now?
Nikki's?
Yeah.
The Rack Attack 2.0?
Yeah, that's it. The Rack Attack 2.0. She hits the Rack Attack 2.0, wins 1, 2, 3. Then you have the Authors of Pain against Local Talent. Know how this is going to go. AOP 1.
Well, don't forget the manager.
Oh, sorry. Drake Maverick. And once again, I thought they were going to actually go somewhere with this, because when the entire locker room ran out, guess who ran out with AOP? Side by side. Gulak. Cat on counter. Next, you got Chad Gable and Bobby Roode against the Ascension, with Chad Gable and Bobby Roode winning again. And I thought this was going to be the match for Bobby Roode to turn, because Chad Gable made a couple blind tags.
Bobby did not look too happy.
He did not. But they ended up winning. They were hugging it out. But this is definitely leading to tension, I feel. Then you got Finn Balor versus Elias, with Finn Balor defeating Elias. But before that, Elias was out there to go do his normal shtick, but Mick Foley interrupted him to announce that he will be the special guest referee for the Roman and Strowman Hell in a Cell.
For some reason.
Doesn't make sense. And then Elias disrespected him a little bit, but then Foley revealed that Stephanie McMahon had allowed him to book one match on the show, and that match was going to be him versus Finn Balor. And also, during this show, we have officially confirmed Renee Young will be an announcer full-time for Monday Night Raw now. Then Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre versus the B Team with their rematch. And basically everyone expected the way this was going to go, with Dolph and Drew winning and retaining the titles.
The joke is over.
I kind of feel bad for B Team though. Very bad.
You guys did more than you were supposed to. Bravo.
But after the match, you have Rollins and Ambrose assaulting the tag champs. And then they were later threatened and arrested by Corbin. And then it led to a very funny segment with Dean Ambrose talking to a police officer, saying, next time I get arrested, is it cool if I call you? It was pretty funny. But Corbin was starting to arrest them, and they were like, what do you mean? You kicked out the Shield. I'm Seth Rollins, and this is Dean Ambrose.
Two does not make a shield.
Nope. And then another backstage segment where it's Bobby Lashley working out. And then who shows up? Lio Rush. Where it looks like Lio Rush is going to be Bobby Lashley's new manager.
Lio Rush can talk his ass off, so I'm not mad at it, but I'm like,
It was a fucking shit show. And there was also, once again, a tag match with Ronda Rousey and Natalya versus Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. Just shit show all around. I was very disappointed with this Raw. Absolutely disappointed. I give it a C-.
a minus of the C's.
And that's being generous. This is the go-home show. This is supposed to be a big show, and they just dropped the ball heavily with all the Evolution plugs every chance they could get.
I mean, I didn't really pay much attention to Raw, but I can kind of agree. Like C-. I didn't pay much attention, so I can't say much. No?
I agree.
C-. C- is across the board. And that was the quickest we've ever done Raw.
There was nothing to talk about.
There wasn't.
That's a water bottle. So on to Smackdown Live from Lafayette, Louisiana this week.
Oh, Lafayette.
Obviously, this Tuesday was September 11th, so they do the moment of silence and the never forget and all the promotional videos. And there was actually a story posted on WWE.com. Zelina Vega did an interview. She actually lost her dad in 9/11, and he was on the phone with their mother while the planes were crashing, and like he knew he wasn't going to get out, so he was saying, and she could hear it. She was 10. She was either 8 or 10, something like that, and she could hear him like, I'm not going to get out. The parents were divorced, but they were still friends. Like, he was good friends with the stepdad and everything. And he was like, I'm sorry for everything that went down between us. I'll always care about you. Make sure you tell the kids I love them more than anything. And her dad was what got her into wrestling. And he was an amateur wrestler, so it was both like their dream, and now she's living it. And on 9/11, she got to come out and perform on 9/11. And she was kind of like taken aback a bit. And I'm like, it's nice to actually see what Zelina's like outside of character. Because inside character, bitch.
Love every minute of it.
Yeah, you like bitches, though.
And it just shows that no matter what you say about Vince or Triple H or any of them, when there's story to be told like that, they're going to look out for their best interests to, you know, like, this is your moment, go take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, just her and Almas are perfect on SmackDown, and Vince has been talking very highly of Almas and even more lately. So I expect big things from them. I do want to see Zelina in the ring more, which we don't get to see that enough, because she's really good at what she does on the mic and in the ring.
Maybe she'll get her time at Evolution, October 28th.
Evolution.
She'll be in the Battle Royal.
Yeah, she will.
In which you can also watch Hell in a Cell this weekend for free by subscribing to
We're not
WWE
talking about Hell in a
Network.
Cell, we're talking about Evolution.
But you can also watch Hell in a Cell free if you subscribe to the WWE Network.
But you subscribe for Evolution.
Technically, you get almost all three for free.
Almost.
Because, is it 2 weeks after this weekend, you got,
Super.
Yep, Melbourne.
Yeah. Well, now to actually get on to the show. Jeff Hardy opened the show. It was already announced that he was going to be facing Shinsuke Nakamura.
Sad crowd.
Jeff Hardy gets in the ring, cuts his promo, and he keeps doing this thing where whenever he ends the promo, he's like, enjoy the show! And it's like, I don't feel that on live TV.
Mm-mm.
Because that kind of takes you out of it for a minute. But he's basically saying, Randy Orton's a Viper, Jeff is a daredevil, he's gonna fly, he's gonna jump off the fucking cage. He's gonna jump off the cage. And I don't want... Why is Jeff stupid? Why does he do these things? We already love Jeff.
That's the only thing he hasn't done yet.
We already love him, though. He doesn't have to do it.
He doesn't have to, but he wants to.
Why?
And I'm pretty sure he was the one that came up, like, told Vince to be like, I want to jump off.
And Vince is like, well, alright, perfect.
Well, his dream was to be in a Hell in a Cell match, to jump Swanton off the top and miss against The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't believe that spot's going to happen, but...
We'll see.
It's happening.
But so, Shinsuke makes his entrance. This is obviously a non-title match. They put on a really decent match. Good TV opener. The end comes where Jeff ends up going up for the Swanton. Randy pushes him off and crotches him. He didn't need testicular surgery.
No, because that's been officially confirmed that Aleister Black literally had to get surgery on his nuts.
Poor guy.
So it wasn't his groin.
So it looks like Randy's taking him down. Randy hits a few chair shots. Randy's going for an RKO. Doesn't happen. Jeff turns it around, starts hitting him with a chair, hits a twist of fate, hits the Swanton. And, yeah, that was it. And Jeff left, and Randy was in the ring like, fuck, that hurt. Altogether, pretty good opening segment. I've said this before, I like when, if you're going to open with a promo, like, don't make it more than 10 minutes. Like 5-10 minutes, and then get right into a match. A decent one at that. But, so then, we get backstage, and the new announcer, Kayla Braxton.
That's her name.
Kayla Braxton. She introduces The Miz and Maurice, and Miz walks over and he says, wait a minute. Maurice is taking the spotlight tonight. So she then re-announces Maurice and The Miz. Maurice talks about how it took her 5 months to come back after giving birth. It took Daniel Bryan 3 years, so she thinks she's ready.
Hey, wait, it took Daniel Bryan 3 years?
Retirement.
Oh, I thought that she was supposed to be talking about Brie.
She's talking about Daniel. I mean, she talked about Brie too, but that was kind of the standout there. We then get it plugged that Charlotte is going to face Sonya Deville, and next up, AJ Styles has a promo for Samoa Joe, which means, since it's pre-recorded, these two are not touching this show. They're saving it for Hell in a Cell, which the match isn't in a fucking cell.
Yeah. Stupid. I don't understand why.
So there was a pre-recorded interview with AJ sitting on the stairs. Nobody in the arena. And the basics of it, he said that Samoa Joe's strength is his mind games. Samoa Joe's really good at them, and he will do whatever it takes to get into your head. AJ notes that Samoa Joe is a family, but AJ is not going to stoop as low as to bring Joe's family into this. Long story short, at Hell in a Cell, he's going to kick Joe's ass. He ends it by saying that this is my house, it's not for rent, and it damn sure isn't for sale. We then get back, and we get a video package about Charlotte and Becky, what's been going on with them. Charlotte makes her entrance because she is facing Sonya Deville. A very weird thing to note with this SmackDown is, you know how they do the little box? As I've called it, the little box. For like a match, the first commercial would be no little box, and then the second commercial, if there was one, would be a little box. They usually just do one match altogether with a little box, and then another match with not. This, they were splitting it up, and I was like...
They've been splitting it up lately. At least on Raw they do. They'll go to commercial, come back to a little box. And it's like, what the fuck's the point of coming back for 2 minutes to go to a little box?
So yep, she, that's right, she makes her entrance because she's fighting Sonya Deville. Sonya Deville makes her entrance with Mandy Rose, who looked really good.
She is very beautiful.
She is, she's gorgeous.
She is. Fucking Tino Sabertelli, you piece of shit.
I'm sorry, is Mandy your bae?
No, Tino just doesn't deserve her.
Is Mandy your bae?
I never said she was.
If she's not your bae, then you can't be mad.
Yes, the fuck I can. It's not that I'm mad, he doesn't deserve her.
You don't even know him.
He's a fucking piece of shit!
You don't even know him.
He couldn't even play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers!
You can't play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I wouldn't want to play for the Buccaneers.
But you can't.
I could. I damn well could.
Sir.
Yes.
No way.
Yes way.
Prove it.
I'm not going to Florida.
Prove it. Just saying. Prove it. You can do this. Prove it. Show the world that I'm wrong.
How the fuck do you expect me to do that?
Get a tryout.
Finish your fucking segment.
Exactly. Check and mate. Now
That's
he's getting mad.
Nothing to do with check.
Now he's getting mad.
No, because you make no sense.
Now he's getting all fucking flustered and shit.
Make zero sense.
Saying, go get a tryout.
There's no such thing as open tryouts anymore.
Make it work.
You can't make it work.
You're good enough to get in, they'll notice you.
And the Ravens lost again. Well, not again, but...
Not again, because last week they swamped fucking whoever they played. Buffalo. Who'd they play this tonight? I don't remember.
Bengals.
Oh, those Bengals. This was an okay match. I don't remember what it was, but there was a spot that I was kind of like, ooh, that didn't look nice. Don't remember what it was, but Charlotte ended it with a figure eight after about 9 minutes. And then Charlotte's post-match high-fiving fans, goes to take a selfie with a child, and then a woman from the crowd just grabs the back of her hair and punches her in the back of the head, and she rips off her black wig, and it's Becky Lynch. And it's actually funny because if you watch back, the guy sitting next to Becky is so like concerned at one point, and when she takes off the wig, you can see him like, let's go. Like he's so ready for it. Becky proceeds to beat down Charlotte, puts her in the disarm her, and leaves. She only put her in the disarm for about 5 seconds. I feel like if you wanted to sell this beatdown, she could have held it a little longer. But they did what they did. Following that, we now have Samoa Joe's backstage segment where he reads a new children's book called Night Night AJ by Samoa Joe. The whole story is about how he's going to take AJ's title and how AJ's family used to be relevant to him but became irrelevant and the title consumed him. In the end, Joe basically said hero and villain the entire story. And it came to be that Joe was the hero because AJ was the villain who forgot his family. And the last picture is Wendy Styles, Anna Styles, and Samoa Joe with the title, with Wendy with her arm around Samoa Joe. Only thing I didn't like about this was Joe didn't go, "Oh, Wendy." But, I'll take it. So, they get a clip of Becky Lynch backstage. Kayla Braxton asked her what happened, and she said she's going to break Charlotte's arm before she takes the women's title back home. The New Day, once again, get their announce table. What is the point of giving them an announce table and cutting to clips of them doing announcing? And then just cutting back to the announcers? What is the point of that? I don't get it. First week, I was like, okay, this is just things. Second week, I'm like, okay. Now I'm like, But of course, it's entertaining. A little bit you get. And there's a clip with Kramer Kingston backstage doing an interview. Well, he was going to do an interview. Where he talks up the bar, and he talks up Rusev Day, and he goes to interview with the bar, but the bar's gone by the time he stops talking. So next is our tag match where the winners face the New Day at Hell in a Cell. Not in a Hell in a Cell. Best match on the show. Hands down. There were some really good near falls. Burp. The story was being told of Aiden, trying to take the bullet for Rusev. Aiden's been looking really good lately, actually, which I've noticed. And I feel so bad when they split them up because he's going to do nothing. The end of the match came where Sheamus was going for a brogue kick, and Aiden runs in and pushes Rusev out of the way and eats the kick. Sheamus then kicks Aiden out. He turns around into a Machka kick, 1, 2, 3. Rusev Day is facing the New Day at Hell in a Cell Day.
Mm-hmm.
Day.
Dayception.
A lot of potential with that story being told of Aiden taking the bullet. And there's a lot of rumors about Aiden screwing Rusev. But we'll see how that goes. And next, being accompanied by Carmella, is R-Truth to the ring because for some reason R-Truth is facing Andrade Cien Almas.
Rip.
In the main event.
No, that's not the main event.
Oh.
Main event was trash.
Oh.
Because it was announced at the beginning of the show, I should have mentioned, Brie Bella is going to face Maurice.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah. I'll get there. I will get there. So when we come back from commercial, Andrade and Zelina are making their way to the ring. There were a couple cool spots on this. Truth hit a really good-looking Hurricanrana. Almas turned a backflip, a cartwheel to a backflip into a head kick, which looked really impressive. But at the end of the day, Zelina Vega and Andrade were doing their tranquilo pose in the ropes and on the apron, and Carmella pulled over and pulled Zelina out of the ring. Truth went for a roll-up on Almas, but Almas rolled up Truth, got him with a roll-up and the tights. Took about 3 minutes. Little bit disappointed. But what are you going to do? I smell a mixed tag team match on the kickoff show.
Have they announced the kickoffs?
No. There's only 8 matches announced, actually.
Yeah.
Surprise. So then we have Kayla Braxton doing a lot of work this show, who's interviewing Asuka and Naomi backstage. So she's asking why Asuka did it, and Naomi said she wants to know too. So the joke became that neither of the girls understood what they were saying. I forget, Asuka said something, and then Naomi's like, teriyaki? And it's just, I forget what she said, it started with a T. But the joke is now that they can't understand each other, and Asuka's kind of just joking around now. Get that girl back to where she was. And then you go back to the ring and you hear Free Mode! Yep, it is time for our main event. Brie Bella versus Maurice. Which Maurice came out to her own song. Which I was like, I kind of missed this.
Was it her old song?
Yeah. So, this match was not a match. It was an angle. It was an angle for their match.
Did they have somewhat of a match?
The bell rang, and every time Brie came up to Maurice rolled out of the ring. Because Maurice is playing mind games, and Maurice just isn't about it. So, Brie grabs the mic after a while, and she says, I knew you were a coward. And Miz is like, my wife is a coward? My wife's a 2-time Divas champion. She came back 5 months after giving birth, and you think she's a coward? And the whole crowd's, yes, yes, yes. And he's like, we don't need this. Match is off. So they go to leave. Brie pulls Maurice back in. The Miz distracts Brie. Maurice hits a really good-looking super kick. Gets a near fall. Doesn't happen. Brie ends up locking in the yes lock. And the Miz grabs Brie and pulls her out of the ring and onto her ass. DQ. DB fights Miz because he put his hands on his wife. It turned into a beatdown with Miz and Maurice on them. They ended up getting the upper hand. DB looked to punch Miz. Miz went to duck and turn around, and Brie punched him in the face. And went off the air going, yes, yes, yes. It is very clear to me that Maurice has no interest in being back in the ring.
No.
So I don't know why they're trying to make her do it.
Just some angle.
Some angle, but it's like, if she has no interest in it, then what's the point?
It's because they're still trying to sell tickets for fucking Evolution because they're doing absolutely terrible in sales.
That's not going to help. Somebody who has no interest in doing anything in the ring is not going to sell you tickets.
They're going to do whatever they can to get that, though. By putting, if we throw her in, maybe people will want to go and see her fight once again. You know how Vince works. If they're not doing good in ticket sales, he's going to do whatever he can to make sure those sales get up.
But I think Vince has at least a mindset of, she doesn't want to do anything in the ring.
No, he doesn't.
Why would I do that?
Vince does not have that mindset. All Vince cares about is his money at the end of the day. And if he sees that this pay-per-view is bombing, it's just going to make him more annoyed and try to come up with more ways. Like the fact that they've announced Trish Stratus for this pay-per-view, Lita, and they still can't freaking get anything. Which they also, it leaked out what the matches are going to be.
That card could be the matches. Because at the same time, there's 14 matches on that thing.
Yeah. I expect that much, to be honest.
I do not expect that much. We get, 12 for a SummerSlam. Every other pay-per-view is, 8 to 10.
Yeah, but they're gonna... this is a big pay-per-view for them. They've been plugging it for freaking months now.
I don't expect this pay-per-view to go the length of SummerSlam. At all.
It doesn't mean it's going to go the length of SummerSlam.
They're not going to put 3-minute matches again. That's what got them in this problem in the first place.
Do they ever fix what they fuck up? No.
Yeah, the women aren't doing 3-minute matches anymore. We actually have women who are wrestling.
Because they'll have their own pay-per-view now.
Yeah, so I'm saying they're not going to go back to 3-minute matches.
I beg to differ. Vince is an idiot at the end of the day.
They're not going back to 3-minute matches.
That's what your personal opinion. I think I can see them doing it, especially if they have that many matches on Evolution. It's definitely going to happen.
I don't believe that leak is right. I believe some of the matches on there are right, but I don't believe that leak is right.
There were only 2 matches on that leak that
were already confirmed.
No, that didn't make sense. Those are the only 2 that I can agree with not being right. So they will have probably 10 matches on that card. 12, I mean.
I just don't think that leak is entirely right. That's just what I'm going off.
I guess we'll find out.
As for SmackDown, another thing that bugs me, the United States Champion doesn't have a match.
Nope.
The Intercontinental Championship is not being defended on Hell in a Cell. So we'll see where that goes. But all in all, it wasn't a great build for Hell in a Cell, but I still enjoyed the show. Because it wasn't a great build for Hell in a Cell and a go-home show, I'm going to give it a C+.
The way you
70 to 8, 79.
The way you explained it, I give it a C- as well.
C.
All the ratings in between.
Mm-hmm.
Nelly Nell, Furtado.
What? NXT time?
No.
What?
I'm being sarcastic.
Oh.
It's clobbering time.
It's clobbering time.
Yep.
Alright, so are we just skipping 205?
Yeah.
Did anything happen different?
Probably not.
Probably not. I got a brief overlook here.
Just see the matches, who won, and if it's anything different or anything that looks remotely, oh, that looks interesting, then announce that, I guess. But do you want me to go on with NXT?
Well, I got 205 right here.
Okay.
For the 7th week in a row. Tag match. Tag match.
I think the main event was a tag match.
Jobber match.
205 live results. Alright, We started with Grand Metalik versus Buddy Murphy.
Shocker.
It got an A-.
Well, yeah, the wrestling is always good.
Yeah. Murphy picked up the win. And added another show-stealing performance to his resume. Good for him.
The wrestling's always good. It's where they're going.
Buddy
with it
Murphy
that's
deserves better.
wrong.
Mustafa Ali versus a jobber. It's got a C-. Ali won, of course.
Jobber wins.
With Hideo looking around.
Um,
Because they're trying to build that up.
Tommy came out to taunt Ali from the stage.
Yeah.
And then Cedric Alexander and Akira Tozawa versus Drew Gulak and Jack Gallagher. It's got a B.
Tag team match.
After dispatching Alexander, Gulak scored the win over Tozawa with the Gulak.
Cool.
Lock.
And that was 205 Live.
Yay! NXT
So,
10.
6 weeks in a row of same shit, different toilet.
Yeah.
NXT time.
Alright, so NXT opened up with Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch versus Cesaro Bononi and Adrian Jawad.
Jawad.
Pretty much this was like kind of like their welcome back from long time hiatus from TV.
Long time hiatus.
Network.
Well, only Lorcan did have a orbital bone busted.
Yeah. But I mean, even then they could have used Burch for some things.
Well, they did on a couple segments, but that was it.
Yeah, they weren't.
He had
like one match. That was it.
But that was an amazing match.
Yeah. Oni Larkin and Danny Burch won in 4 minutes. Implant DDT by Burch. That's how it ended. It literally is just great to see them back in the ring. It was just like a match for them to come back and get like showing off to people on the network that hey, they came back. They're a threat again for the tag team division. Maybe on a far later date.
Yeah.
But I can see them feuding with I don't know who's out there right now.
War Machine.
Not War Machine. That's like too soon. Maybe.
Sorry, War Raiders.
Yeah, War Raiders.
They said that they were next.
The Mighty.
Yeah, the Mighty. I can see that.
Second
segment is Tommaso Ciampa comes out with a new theme music.
Oh, he finally debuted his music.
Mm-hmm. It's a hard rock sound with a big string riff, more similar to Attitude Era Brood of the Ministry of Darkness.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of boos and you suck. Ciampa grabs a mic, looks around, says that music is a personal message from the champ to each and every one of you. He says it's a polite way of saying shut up. He mocks the search of who attacked Aleister Black and the fans who said it was him. Ciampa says he confronts people and attacks them on the biggest stage possible with all eyes in the world on him, so they can worship the master at work. Did you want to say something?
No, there was that. I saw a Magic Killer.
Oh. The champ never lies. He had all intentions to take out Black, but someone beat him to the punch. He doesn't know who did it, but if he did, he'd tell them, job well done. The title says, thank you, Tommaso Ciampa. It felt really, really good to be back in the main event of TakeOver. This is what Ciampa says. He's the greatest success story in the history of NXT. He has one final thing to address. If you want to be a winner or a champion, follow the lead of Ciampa. Next was a match between Shayna Baszler and Violet Payne. Baszler won in 2 minutes after tapping out Payne.
Who?
Yeah. So she goes back on top of Payne after the match. Pretty much just shows dominance again. Kyrie didn't even show up. It was just her beating the shit out of this person and she left. End of story. Moments ago, we see footage of Otis Dozovich and Tucker Knight outside talking in the search of who attacked Aleister Black.
Are they detectives?
Yeah. NXT champion Ciampa says he can be seen walking across the road behind them, just as Dozovic is mentioning Ciampa's name. Ciampa hears them and walks over, telling them to use his name with respect. Dozovic calls him a dumpling, and a fight is suggested.
Did they just become Breeze and Fandango?
Just a bigger version.
I love Otis, though. He's so fucking funny.
Just the way he walks alone.
He always says, "I got this, Tucky. Listen here, dumpling." That's literally what he said to
He
Tommaso.
kind of walks like a pit bull. Because how pit bulls are bull-legged?
NXT John Manager William Regal happens to be nearby and calms the dispute, saying they can fight another time. He sternly requests Ciampa to join him in his office, and the two walk off. So it's time for an Undisputed Era promo. All four members are joking around. About the War Raiders, mocking their Viking-like personas and costumes. Adam Cole says they can't forget about next week's champion versus champion match, which is really the Adam Cole Invitational. He will get a rematch and face whomever the winner is. It's just a scouting opportunity for them. None of them are on their freaking level. Lars Sullivan versus Roma Mendoza.
I can see how that went.
Next up, earlier today, outside Full Sail, NXT UK champion Pete Dunne is asked about his match with Ricochet next week and what happened between them 2 weeks ago. Dunne says he's fine. Ricochet's been champ for 5 minutes. Dunne's the longest reigning champ in the WWE today. He just has to work out how to bite 2 title belts at once. Backstage, Ricochet is interviewed about what Dunne had to say. Ricochet says it's been a month as champ, but for 15 years he's been in one high-pressure situation after another. Dunne's just another mountain to leap over. He's going to retain the North American champion and take that UK championship to become the one and only dual champion. That match is next week. A promo for the Forgotten Sons is shown, just your average promo with the Forgotten Sons. GM Regal's search continues on afterward. Dakota Kai is arguing with Aaliyah about an unknown issue. Camera picks it up mid-argument. Lacey Evans joins Aaliyah's side, and Deonna Purrazzo joins Kai's side. Purrazzo says that they can settle this right now, but Evans declines because they are dressed up and wearing heels. We'll see that match next week. We switch back into GM Regal's office, where he has just finished interviewing NXT Women's Champion Kairi Sane. Next then is Cassius Ohno wearing a Cesaro Kid shirt. Regal says he doesn't need to talk to Ohno. Ohno asks if he's that invisible. Regal says no, just that Sane gave him an alibi. Regal does mention that Ohno may have been like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Oh no.
Pretty much like, you know how Ohno's looking for competition?
Yeah.
Regal feels like that's why you took out Alistair, is because that's what you're looking for. Ohno gets sarcastic about being the hottest free agent at one point, and now he's being pushed in the back of the line. Does he have to wear a suit and sit in the front row again? Again, Ohno says he'd be glad to take care of his shiny new toy, though, so bring him to me when he's here. So I think that was officially Ohno calling out Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
Singles match, Bianca Belair versus Nikki Cross. This was the main event. No contest because it hit a 10 count. After the match, two continued to brawl. They were on top of the ramp. Freaking Bianca is literally like going crazy to the point where the fans are seriously starting to get over with Bianca. Like, they're really, really starting to like Bianca Belair. But two continue to brawl on top of the ramp and around the NXT announce table. Cross jumps from the top of the announce table, splashing into the crowd of NXT referees and Bianca Belair. And Nikki Cross is just on the floor laughing her butt off as the show ends. So, yeah. The main event being Nikki Cross and Bianca Belair was really freaking good. And I see how or why they had to end the way that they did. Because you don't want Nikki Cross going over Bianca, and you don't want Bianca to get a win over Nikki, because that's a future maybe takeover show. Maybe like a number one contenders for Kairi's belt after Shayna moves on.
I don't even understand why Nikki Cross is still down there.
I don't know. There's got to be a reason, though.
Because they did away with her off TV for a while, and that was like, okay, so now she's finally going to come up after being held back.
Yeah.
And now she's back.
She's still there.
But I give the show a B+, because it was good wrestling, and always love seeing guys... It's like, they don't have a pay-per-view coming in a long time, but yet they know how to build to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's why I like it.
I can agree with the B+ from the sound.
Same.
And I really would like to see Pete Dunne hold 2 belts in his mouth.
He's,
Challenge.
as of right now, he's at over 474 days.
Well, didn't he surpass Brock Lesnar? Because he said he's the longest reigning champion right now.
In WWE.
In WWE.
But that doesn't matter. You think Vince is going to count the UK title?
I gotta look into that, though. Maybe what Pete Dunne was
Brock
saying
was
true.
at 504 days, though.
504?
Yeah. But currently, he is the longest reigning.
You're right. So, yeah.
So by next takeover? Yeah.
Next takeover, he loses the belt.
You think so?
He loses it at 503.
I want to see Pete Dunne versus Tommaso.
Winner takes titles.
No. Pete Dunne, no title around him, versus Tommaso for the NXT title.
I'd rather see the title around him.
Yeah, after he beats Tommaso.
No.
And Tommaso goes up to the
Winner
Highlands.
takes the title. Champion versus champion. Winner takes all. Ciampa loses.
So UK and NXT. That'd be dope. But Ciampa's...
And then...
At the very latest, by WrestleMania, Ciampa will be on the main roster.
Yeah.
He's not even in the game.
True.
He's DLC.
So
That way
stupid.
they can sell.
That's disrespectful, though.
Right, but it's
marketing.
It's video games, right? That's what it is. Oh, Tommaso Ciampa, you want him? Ricochet, Trent Seven, you want these guys? You gotta pay.
The thing with me, it's like, the only reason it really bugs me is because he was in the game last year.
Yeah.
And then they
That's
took him out.
the bug.
They took him out so that way he can be like that, like selling point.
So who's going to be champion?
Probably still Alistair.
Probably still Alistair.
Which is stupid.
Well, I mean, yeah.
No, plot twist, it's just a vacant title just sitting there.
I wouldn't be surprised if they still have Brock Lesnar as Universal Champion. Like, I don't know if it would, like, I know it's easy as just putting the title over, but I don't even think that they have time for that.
Yeah. That... You know who I kind of want to see take over the WWE games? EA.
Fuck that. Are you kidding me?
No.
No way. Oh, you want to do another Superman punch? $5.99. You kidding me?
That's fine.
No.
No.
Fuck that. How dare you?
2K is garbage now.
EA's better than 2K.
Yes. Have you seen that UFC game?
NBA Live is better than NBA 2K.
No.
Madden is better than
WWE.
NFL 2K.
Yes.
NFL 2K5 is still better than any Madden game out.
Fuck no.
Oh my god, dude.
Wrong. The only other football game that could have competed with Madden?
Is 2K.
No.
Yes.
ESPN.
100%. ESPN wasn't ESPN 2K?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
NFL Street.
EA.
Boom.
Don't count.
NFL Street's EA.
NFL Street's the best one.
NBA Street was better, though.
Never played it.
You never played NBA Street?
It was a
I
good
played
time.
FIFA Street. That was fucking.
The FIFA.
That was like freaking volleyball. Like the ball be up in the air, everyone just headbutting everything.
I never played the FIFA.
FIFA was fun.
The FIFA.
FIFA is fun.
FIFA Street.
It's a learning curve. Well, that wraps up this week's podcast. In the shortest amount of time, you've done it in a long fucking time.
Because we have a
shit
lot to
week.
do. And it was a poor go-home show. Just watch NXT. That was a good show. And if you want to watch good wrestling, watch 205, I guess.
Yeah. Minus the squash match.
Okay.
ESPN was 2K, right?
No. The one I'm talking about was Visual Concepts.
Visual Concepts.
Lulz when they were a company.
Lulz.
And then 2K took it over afterwards. But Madden has always been the best.
It's the same shit, different roster. I buy it because
Same shit, different roster?
Yeah, I'm just a huge football fan, so I buy it.
No, but like with UFC, when I turned it on today, it was like, oh, there's new wrestlers available, fighters available. Hit OK and for it to download. They do live updates. That's what 2K needs to do. I don't know why they don't. They're stupid for
2K
it.
updates NBA.
Yeah, but not WWE. They only update move packs if you buy the...
Yeah, I feel like they should have, like, especially when someone like Baron Corbin decides to shave his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, here's your
But
patch.
that's the thing.
Like, how hard is it just to remove a hairpiece?
WWE games have never done that.
I know, but how hard is it to remove
It's
a
not hard.
Like
I feel
there's
like-
no story in the game. So
I feel like that's not a 2K thing. That's a WWE themselves thing of like, no, don't do anything. We want them to buy the next game.
I guess.
They're gonna buy the next game regardless.
I wish THQ was still around because they were on
THQ
they're on
has
a level.
great games.
They're on a level.
2K14
with
was
WWE.
fucking...
Like with the imported music and everything you can do. Like even like the Creator Wrestlers, how many you could do at one time. It was just
Oh
and
my
then
god.
THQ called quits.
Yeah. Went bankrupt.
And then here comes 2K. Oh, 2K15 came out. Remember that?
That was the worst
Where you
one.
can only change the colors of their attire.
That was the worst one. Lord. I don't even want to talk about it. So this podcast is over.
Stay tuned.
I am a Zell. That is an L. This is Sinister. And,
Just remember,
squee!
always
Squeak.
keep it tight.
Why?
You stealing now?
Okay, fine. Don't forget to DDT that like button.
Why?
Keep it loose.
What?
Flappy vagina lips?
Loosey goosey.
When you walk, it sounds like...
If it doesn't whistle, don't insert your pickle. I don't know.
Goodbye!